Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling, feeling this aching, nagging question burning inside you, is this really all I'm meant for? That whisper that creeps into your mind when the world is silent, reminding you of the dreams you put on the shelf, the ambitions you traded for comfort, the risks you never took. That whisper isn't just your imagination. It's your potential calling out to you, reminding you that time doesn't wait. That whisper is the sound of regret starting to grow roots. We don't talk enough about this, about how both success and regret can be lonely. And yet, the kind of lonely you choose determines everything about the life you will live. Success is lonely, that's just the truth. When you make the decision to step outside of what's ordinary, to break away from the patterns that keep most people safe and comfortable, you'll find yourself walking alone more often than not. People will cheer for you in the beginning when the dream is still fresh, when the idea still feels exciting, when the journey hasn't yet demanded sacrifices. But as you begin to ascend that mountain, the air gets thinner, the steps get steeper, and one by one, those companions who said they'd be by your side start to fade away. They fade because they don't understand. They don't understand the missed calls, the skipped parties, the birthdays you couldn't attend, the vacations you declined because you had work to do, not because you didn't care, but because the dream inside you was burning too bright to ignore. They don't understand the nights you spent staring at a computer screen when the rest of the world was sleeping. They don't understand the mornings you woke up before the sun just to get one step ahead. That kind of loneliness, it's sharp, it cuts, it makes you question whether it's all worth it, whether the vision is worth the isolation, whether the future you're building will ever be enough to fill the spaces left by relationships that couldn't withstand the journey. And that's a painful place to be, but I'll tell you what's even more painful: regret. Regret is a thief. It sneaks in quietly when you're not paying attention, and it robs you of peace. It shows up later, when the time for chasing the dream has passed, when the energy you once had has faded, when the world has convinced you that it's too late. Regret comes when you see others doing the thing you knew you were born to do, living the life you once envisioned but didn't fight for. And regret, that's lonely too, but it's a heavier, colder loneliness. It's the kind of loneliness that doesn't let you forget. It replays the moments you could have said yes, the times you had the choice but chose the easier path, the crossroads where you stood still because moving forward felt too hard, too uncomfortable, too isolating. We live in a world that sells comfort as the ultimate goal, but comfort is a liar. Comfort will keep you exactly where you are, with just enough ease to make you believe you're okay, until one day you realize that years have passed and nothing has changed. Comfort will keep your dreams just out of reach, wrapped in the excuse of someday. When the time is right, when I'm ready, let me tell you something: you'll never feel completely ready, and the time will never feel perfectly right. Success, the kind that transforms you, demands a kind of grit, a kind of hunger that most people won't understand. It requires you to say no when others say yes, to keep going when others quit, to believe in a vision that only exists in your heart when there's no proof yet that it'll ever come true. That's lonely. But the solitude of success is a forge. It refines you. It reveals what you're made of. In that quiet space where no one is watching, you discover your discipline, your resilience, your determination. You become the kind of person who doesn't just have a dream, but who is worthy of the dream. Eventually, that solitude brings clarity. It separates the people who are meant to walk with you from those who aren't. It teaches you that not everyone is supposed to understand your path, and that's okay. You start to see that this journey isn't just about achieving a goal, it's about becoming someone you can be proud of. Someone who looked fear, doubt, and loneliness in the face and kept moving anyway. Now let me ask you, what's the alternative? Staying comfortable, staying surrounded by the familiar, by the same people, the same conversations, the same predictable days. That might feel good for a while, but one day, maybe 5 years from now, maybe 10, you'll wake up and that whisper will be louder. That question, what if I had just tried, will be screaming. And here's the thing about regret. It doesn't show up with sympathy. It comes with sharpness, with the ache of knowing that the only person you can blame is the one in the mirror. It comes with the unbearable reality that the doors you wanted to open have closed, not because you weren't capable, but because you didn't knock hard enough. If both paths come with loneliness, why not choose the one that builds you instead of the one that breaks you? Why not choose the pain of growth over the pain of settling? Why not choose to endure the solitude that shapes you into the person who did it, instead of the solitude that leaves you wondering what could have been? We have this one life, and it is short, too short to spend it sitting on the sidelines, watching others live boldly while you play it safe. Too short to let fear of being alone keep you from your destiny. Too short to be ruled by the comfort of now at the expense of the greatness that's waiting on the other side of your effort. I want you to imagine your future self, the one who took the risks, who stayed up late, who kept pushing even when no one else believed, who sacrificed comfort for purpose. That version of you is standing on the other side of your choices today. They are waiting for you to show up, to fight for them, to create the life they deserve. But if you don't, that version of you never gets to exist. And the world misses out on the gift you were meant to bring. So yes, success is lonely, but it's a loneliness that leads somewhere. It's a path that eventually brings you to people who get it, who see you, who have walked their own lonely roads, and who celebrate not just your success, but the strength it took to get there. Regret doesn't give you that. It leaves you standing still, watching others pass by, wishing you had just been brave enough to endure the solitude for a while. So I'll leave you with this: the next time you feel the sting of being alone on your journey, remember, it's temporary. It's a season, but the rewards, the growth, the pride of knowing you did it, that lasts a lifetime. Don't trade a lifetime of pride for a moment of comfort. Choose the solitude that builds, not the loneliness that haunts. So here's what I want you to hold on to when the road gets hard, when the nights are quiet, when it feels like no one understands the fire inside you. Remind yourself that this is the price of growth. This is the price of doing something extraordinary. You are not just chasing a goal, you are becoming the kind of person who refuses to settle, and that journey is not meant for the faint of heart. But isn't that what makes it worth it? The fact that not everyone can do it, the fact that it requires something deep within you that many won't ever tap into, that is what separates those who succeed from those who just dream. You have to decide which kind of loneliness you're willing to live with. The loneliness of pushing forward, sacrificing, sometimes standing alone, or the loneliness of sitting in the same place, watching years pass by, burdened by the weight of everything you could have been. I'll be honest with you, no one is coming to save you from that choice. No one is going to hand you your dream. No one is going to make the road easier or the nights less lonely. But what I can promise you is this: if you choose the path of growth, the path of effort, the path of uncomfortable solitude, you will meet a version of yourself that will make every sacrifice worth it. That version of you is stronger, wiser, more powerful, and when you get there, you'll look back on these lonely moments and realize they weren't punishment, they were preparation. They were shaping you, building you, making sure that when your moment comes, you are ready to hold it. Don't waste your life wondering what if. Don't carry the cold weight of regret when you have the power to choose differently. Right here, right now, stand up, keep going, embrace the loneliness, because it's not just a price, it's a passage. A passage to the life you were born to live.